Morning. This is Nita with the Timepiece Garden. Kitty's on the stump. Panda's like, "What you doing, Kitty?" What everybody wants to know what Mama's doing. First day I've been outside in like 4 days. Kind of. I went outside last night for class. No one showed. That's okay. I went and did some errands. There's a new Dollar General Market that they just built and opened, so I wanted to check it out. And that was pretty well picked over for their grand opening. I expected that. But they did have a couple of the soaker hoses, the ones that I like, that work well in the garden. And those two are going to replace two of the ones in Garden 2 where I'm having a problem with them not wanting to water. Because even after removing the plugs yesterday, they still didn't water. I mean, just not at all. I'm going to lose my strawberries and my asparagus if I don't figure it out. So, hoses. The right hoses, the ones I like. So that's where we're going to start. It's already 79 degrees out here, so it's going to be a hot day. But Wyatt is still cool enough. I'm going to lay those out so they'll get warm and won't kink, so I can put them in the garden. And then I've got the welded wire here that I've got to finish putting under the porch to keep the chickens out and around the new fig, so my chickens don't want to dust bathe in it anymore. So those are two things I have to get done today. They're ongoing problems. I'm actually going to put some of my welded wire around my pears too. I trimmed it, and my chickens are like, "Yeah, let's dust bathe here too." And I'm like, "No, stop it." So, things I have to take care of. We're going to start there and then just kind of move on based off of how I do or don't feel. Right now I'm okay. We'll see. You know, don't want to overexert my first day back, but I got stuff to do. I got stuff to get done. And I hate being down for 4 days where, you know, even just taking a shower is an insane amount of effort. I hate being ill. All right, let me quit whining. And Kitty Blaze and I'll talk to you in a little while. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. That's what it's supposed to look like. Let's see if we can, there you go. That is being watered. Now my other ones were not dripping that well. I don't know if you can tell by the look of my strawberries this year. They look peaked. Even my blueberries look peaked because they're not getting the water that they need. The other hoses are just not, they're not good enough for this garden. And what I mean by that, it's a thicker hose, and it's actually over there at the elderberry, and you can see my elderberry get plenty of water. You can, you know, their damage was from the hail. That's all the stuff on the ground, not from lack of watering. Does that make sense? But that's got the 2-inch pipe all the way down to where the hose begins. This one doesn't have a 2-inch pipe. It's only got a 3/4 inch hose because it runs from right there across the grass, and that way I can mow the grass. So the other hoses don't work well on this tank. This kind does. You know. Hey, where's the hoses? There they are. So now everybody got a drink. I don't typically water this late in the day, but when I replaced the first hose, I went ahead and turned it on. I wanted to verify that it was in fact going to work before I did the effort of changing out all the hoses. It did. It worked great. So I did the second hose and then watered that while I was doing the third hose, and now I'm watering with the third hose, giving everybody a drink. They're probably really thirsty because I don't think they've been getting enough water for the amount of heat that we've been having. Everybody just looks a little peaked. So give them a drink now, and then keep on keeping on, because even my runners, if you look, those are straggly, and it's because they're not getting enough water. Yeah, life is awesome. Hoses of water, and he's got about another 5 minutes, and I'm gonna shut him off, and that way they've all got a drink, you know, with the hose before before I shut him off. Alrighty, what else did we do so far this morning? I went ahead and put some, zoom out, neat, so you can see it. Went ahead and put some of my fencing around it from where my chickens were trying to dust bathe in around the fig, and then added some more compost and cardboard. I'm probably going to do another thing of logs, so I don't have critters trying to dig up under the fence, because I've not secured it down, because typically like the T-posts or the wrought irons that I use to secure it down are all marking where my woodshed's gonna go. So if I put a couple logs around it, that'll just help keep an armadillo or a possum out of it. So that's next. And then I will do like I did that one, as I find rocks, or as I get rocks, because I have plenty. I will build a rock wall on the north side. And then what that does in the wintertime is it blocks the north wind from getting to the fig, and it allows the south sun to shine on the rocks in the wintertime and heat them up and let them lose their heat over the evening. It actually helps the fig, because that one was a Chicago Hardy. It's supposed to be able to take the cold here, and it has. It's 3 years old. It's doing awesome. And make sure this one, it's not the same kind of fig. I don't know what kind of fig it is, so I need to do the same thing. You know? Hey, zoom back out and eat. Gotta love a fig. All right, let me get busy. You know, close this one up, turn the power on. I'm gonna give it 5 more minutes of water, probably while I'm putting logs around that. And then I will jump on to the next task, and I'll talk to y'all later. Supervisor's checking it out. Next little chore, it's actually already done. Get some of my pile of dirt and go ahead and raise the level or lower the level, so the new white rock is now sitting totally end to end, side to side on dirt, and you can see where the rock on the left side, where you can actually step down, kind of right there. You know, it's a step down like it's supposed to be, but it's not a huge step down. It's only a couple of inches, because I live on a slope, so it's flat walking path, yet it steps down just a little at a time. Anyway, dirt's in place, and I'll just continue that every time I get another rock until my walking path is done. Same way I've done with all the others. You know, I've been here 5 years. That path is done. That one will be done soon. All right, having said that, what's next? Next is where I set the extra pile. Kind of here on the hillside. When I mow, this is a crazy angle and I can't actually turn around. So what I want to do is continue to throw rocks on this side, down here where the rock wall is, but level out the dirt so I can turn around here, because I don't need to turn around where I drive. I tend to grade that with the tractor. So that's the thought process. You know, make it a little more flatter, a little easier for me to turn around. Anyway, right now it's just a pile. I'm not going to need any more dirt. At least I don't think I'm going to need any more dirt at the woodshed. And I wanted to go ahead and take the dirt and put the rock. Panda Mama's not in the house. And anyway, this is what I'm going to do for the next few minutes. I'm going to go get the string trimmer and knock some of this taller grass down so I can see what I'm doing. And then start spreading some of this dirt out. All right, talk to you in a few. All right, it's 11:15. Ooh. You can see where it's kind of a flat knoll now. You can still see where it comes down on this side. Things like the big rock here. The goal is again to fill that with rock, so I have a flat knoll so I can turn the lawnmower around here. Makes sense in the grass and not have to go on the road, because when I drag the road I end up with rocks up there. Had to replace part of that little corner piece of the windshield. Bad boy was expensive because of a rock that the lawnmower threw. The other ways, it's also going to slope that way. So when I mow, does that make sense? I don't have this crazy slope starting way up there. Now from there I've got a couple of wires set on it just so I can keep the chickens from going, hey, let's dust bathe. Yeah, let's not. Let's not. All right, just a quick show and tell. The other reason I always have to be really careful is they put rocks here, and they did it to prevent erosion. I get it, and to help hold the tree that I cut down because it wanted to lean to the house. But I'd like to fill all of this, does that make sense, either with rock, like that, makes sense, or with a level piece of dirt. It's just how it is. All right, having said that, it's lunchtime. It's 11:15. Not sure what the temperature is besides hot. We'll come back and stand in the shade. It's a little better in the shade. Thought I was gonna do some of the woodshed, but it's completely in the sun now. You know, but I got a lot done. You figure I got 3 hose swapped out. I got the figs, both figs mulched with some fresh compost. Got the second fig fenced. Got the other hoses put away in the workshop. Got the mound here leveled, or more level, not exactly leveled, but more level. And then got the rock on the walking path done. So being that I've had allergy stuff for 3 days, I got a lot done today. A bunch of little stuff, but I got a lot done. And that's always a good thing. Next is lunch, and then I'll figure out if I'm going to do something tonight. Most of it just depends on whether or not we get the storms they're predicting. They're saying all the high humidity might give us a pop-up storm and/or storms tonight. I don't know. When the rock is wet, it's raining. It's the easiest way to say that. So, talk at you later.